on the roster. All about my T's, I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, 9 hooks, take a pine on the roster. If they a hater, might as well not be fire like a turtle, burn like a bear, screams in the rain, predicting like the weather. Third rim of cup, can't go without my medicine. Go so quick, like a big boy of Beverly. Where is the letter? All they know is suckers. You know the money talk, you can ask Chris Tucker. I'm a country boy.
Welcome to Side Action, episode 22, season 8. My name is Jim Weglars, a.k.a. Wegs. You can follow me at Wegspool on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action podcast coming to you live from the, I forget the studio name now.
Edgewater Studios.
The Edgewater Studios, that's right. How could I forget?
Don't worry, the ambulance will be by in just a minute. It was
right.
on a call 2 hours ago. You hear the wee, wee, I'm like,
oh, yeah.
That's too.
Yeah.
How's
Ambulance row, maybe. It's going. Everybody wash your hands. That's all I got to say. Everybody needs to wash their hands. Make sure you keep your space.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going around.
You gotta make sure you're cleanly. You've got to make sure you're not touching your face after shaking people's hands.
Yeah, or high-fiving everybody because the Bears scored, you know?
Well, that's true. So tell me about it. You got to go to the game, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were there. We were in 131, row 6, so basically where the really great seats. First ever playoff game for myself, NFL playoff game anyway.
Sure.
So that was cool. I got to see the Amazon pregame, postgame. We were on television. We were on Amazon. Brandon had called me right after. He's like, I just saw you on TV, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean the game was interesting. Obviously, I mean we all know what happened, but
tale of two halves, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first half highlight was literally Brandon McManus missing that field goal going into halftime. That was the only thing. Yeah, it was the only halftime highlight for the Bears, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was incredible. I mean, it was high five palooza. It was hugs and celebration, and honestly, I think the best part was the pregame snowstorm that hit because an hour before the game, it just started dumping snow. It was literally like a snow globe at Soldier Field. So that was a lot of fun. I was hoping it would stay around. It did not, unfortunately. And hell, by the time they kicked the game off, the snow was all gone off the field. In pregame, the snow was the field was covered with snow. It was a white. It was you couldn't even see the green grass anymore. But then obviously by the time they started, it was gone. But yeah. I still hear chants of Green Bay sucks in my sleep.
Yeah.
Heard that for about 6 hours between pregame and leaving the stadium. So that was a good time. But yeah, it was an atmosphere and a game that we will never forget, to say the least.
Dude, that's historic. I mean, not only the first Bears win since 2011, which is a long time, but the last time they, really had a team. Well, last time they had a team that had a chance. I mean, they lost to Green Bay in 2011 to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. NFC Championship game again. I'm sure we probably beat the Packers in the old NFL days or something, but we don't really play them in the playoffs that often. And unfortunately,
no, it's the third meeting of all time in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So we went from double doink to that game, by the way. That's the last game.
Had to enjoy the game, in my living room over here, but it was pretty fun. And I just said before the podcast, thanks, Paul Gave. Hat, I'm never taking it off. I've worn it every day for the last 5 days.
Hell yeah.
So that was pretty great. Did you, obviously, I'm sure you guys, did you carry over that spirit into bowling on Tuesday? We talked about last week. The pep talk, did it?
No, we got swept.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have we had this team only, team only?
No, not yet. The players only meeting has not taken place yet. We're saving it for, it's going to be one of those break glass in case of emergency situations. Okay. Yeah, we're saving it.
Yeah, concerned. But it's okay. I'm with you guys. You guys can do it.
Yeah, right.
It was fun. We ended up, I know James is probably not listening, but if he does, sorry, James. I got pressure to host people for the game. And it's a series of things. It was I had committed to go to the White Elephant Party. Yes, I'm going to go. Then it was hey, what are you doing for the game? I'm well, I'm going to this White Elephant Party, and we didn't know a schedule, blah, blah, blah. then like 3 days later, hey, what are you doing for the game? I'm like, well, nothing. Like, why don't you just host people? Just say you're sick or something and host people. And I'm like,
how many people do you have in the place? That's my question.
Yes, we had 6 people over. It was fun.
Okay.
It was extra booze, and the Rainmaker, Zach Suter, was over. Now we have to do the foot 5. He was like, we were on the couch, was getting tight, and he's like, it was a big play. He was just sticking his foot, like that hit his friggin' foot for the foot 5. Art was gonna cry at halftime when they're down 21-3. He was like, it's over. I'm like, dude, just relax, man. That's when I hit the plus 700. I put
800 plus 800, right?
I think it was plus 800. I was trying to hit plus like 1050 and it wouldn't let me do it. I was getting mad. I'm like, come on. But I also hit like a spread bet. I mean, that just was a windfall second half. But that was so exciting, and we were just going nuts and every time. And Art like was pacing back and forth and it was awesome, dude. Even Ridgeway got excited. You got Ridgeway going, so
yeah,
good stuff.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, yeah. Biggest playoff comeback in Chicago Bears history, 18 points. So
that's right.
Had to witness history.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's move into, this week's talking. We got the shed first. I mean, you already brought up your first guy, and plenty of people to go in here. I'll go second. You go first. You go ahead with your first guy.
Yeah, Brandon McManus, a little foreshadowing. He's in the shed. 0 for 2 on field goals. Did miss an extra point as well. Quote, the most embarrassing game he's ever had as an NFL kicker, or a kicker in general, which is just tough, which is really funny because I think one of those field goals, I think it was the one at halftime, they called timeout, he made it, and then he turned around and missed it. Or it may have been the second one, I cannot remember. But yeah, just the delay of game penalty too after a timeout, that was helpful. That was incredibly helpful for him to miss. But yeah, no, in the shed, because if he makes any of those field goals, it's a completely different end of the game.
They don't have to go for the touchdown. They just go for the field goal. I mean, he hooked the first 2 kicks, and then we even said it. He's like, watch it. And Art's like, he's going to push it. And he's like, woo! It's just like driving. Yeah. Instead of hooking, he's like, woo! Push to the right.
Yeah, and where we were sitting too, we didn't have like the greatest angle because we saw he was kicking at us both times. So we were I'd be kind of watching the people behind the goal post, or I'd be watching on the television or like the big screen or whatever, and everybody's just going nuts. So that was pretty cool. And then my other shed, the Oregon Ducks. They had a tough go at it. I should put myself in the shed, honestly, for believing. But first play of the game, they go pick 6 the other direction. That's never a good way to start. And then basically Indiana was playing a home game. I don't know if you saw Atlanta. But that was just
action. Steve Action Roberts was there with his family. Yeah. They were going crazy. Yeah.
That was just insane. I could not believe that it was basically 95 to 100% Indiana fans. There was like no Oregon fans to be found, which they should put them in the shed for not helping out. But yeah, 56-22 was tough, and they still haven't won a natty, which is almost incredible, as consistent as they've been the last probably 15 years in college football. But yeah, sorry, you're in the shed, Ducks. See you later.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do Dante Moore in there, because not only did he play like crap in the first half, but he also entered the draft, pulled back from the draft, and you saw that our guy, Evan Raiola, is that his name?
Dylan Raiola.
Transfer, and then he had to pull it back, and like it ends today. I'm sure he got transferred somewhere, but it was kind of a rough few days for that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start on the regular football one first. CJ Stroud. My God, you are lucky you have a great defense, because I don't know what he was doing. I'm sitting here watching by myself Monday night. Obviously, I'm invested in Texans all over the place. But I was like yelling at the screen, like, what are you doing? Like, he fumbles a snap. Oh, let me try to run in the middle of this crowd and throw the ball and get hit, fumble one. And another one was like, he just threw a terrible pass. Like, what are you doing? Like, giving points to the Steelers. And then he caught, like, he wasn't even ready for his own snap, like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, I don't know what he was on, but he was bad. I mean, I know we were texting. I was like, Davis Mills time? I mean, my God. I mean, this is just atrocious. I mean, he did have a couple good plays in there, but they won in spite of C.J. Stroud. So, C.J., get in the shed. You got a few days to figure it out, because if you play even half as bad, you're going to lose big in New England. So.
Yeah, that was tough. And the sad part for the Steelers is they got everything they needed in that game. They got all those fumble opportunities. They got a couple turnovers, and they still couldn't do anything with them.
Crazy,
Nothing.
man. Crazy.
I think the longest drive they had in the second half was 24 yards for the Steelers, by the way.
Legit. But, it was rough. I mean, there were a couple drops. We'll talk about that, DK and stuff. And then this is more of a news story, but I got to put these guys in the shed. So apparently just hit the presses today. Like there's the rigged college basketball games that included DePaul players. I first saw the story on Chicago Tribune because there were 2 DePaul players involved in this. 39 different players, 17 different teams over the course of like a 2.5 year period. This Antonio Blakeney, who was I don't know if he played in the NBA, but he definitely played here, went to the Chinese Basketball Association, apparently was messing with point spreads and stuff over there. It was working. And so he recruited some of his old teammates and then some. And so it kind of ballooned into this 39 player thing where, including like right now, the leading scorer of the Kennesaw State team, he's obviously suspended indefinitely because he's part of this ring that's, we won the game but didn't cover kind of thing, a lot of point shaving. So crazy, targeting a lot of non-NIL players, of course. So it's just, it's a bummer because what this probably will mean ultimately is less gambling for us because there'll be more restrictions of some kind, right? But dude, I mean,
these are definitely some smaller schools too. I'm reading the list. You have Abilene Christian, Alabama State, Buffalo, Coppin State, DePaul, Eastern Michigan, Fordham, Kennesaw State, LaSalle, New Orleans, Nicholas State, North Carolina A&T, Northwestern State, Robert Morris, St. Louis, Southern Miss, and Tulane.
I mean, who's putting $250,000 on Kennesaw State not to hit the spread in the first half? Like, that might be a red flag, guys. You could have been doing this for years if you were just putting $10,000, but you got greedy. It was probably a syndicate, a bunch of people putting money on it. Because, obviously in Illinois, if you play for DePaul, you can't bet on DePaul, so it's somebody else betting somewhere else. So.
Yeah, Pete Thamel tweeted approximately $458,000 on Townsend to beat UNC-AT, approximately $424,000 on Kent State to cover the first half spread against Buffalo, another $250,000 on South Alabama, another $256,000 on a different school. Just insane. Insanity.
It's crazy. I mean, obviously there's been these scandals in the past, but now the proliferation of gambling, in most states anyway. We'll see if there's more restrictions, which kind of hurts us in the long run. But it shouldn't happen, right? We got to know that it's a legit, straightforward game. So get all those guys in the shed. I mean, they're obviously ready to go to jail and pay fines, but for our purposes, they are shed bound. Moving to Club Dub. I get to go first usually because you're not in the outline quickly. I put Caleb in there. He had a rough first half. But the second half, and it really wasn't him. I thought they shouldn't have gone for 4th down every stupid time that they did.
Oh, my God.
Second half, dude, Williams played. This is why they drafted him number 1. I have been a doubter. I'm not going to pretend like I haven't been. Even early in the season, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's doing. But in the big spot, I guess when the back against the wall, this guy pulls it out. I mean, the one play where it was 4th and 8, he does he's in the air jump pass to Roma Dunze for 30 yards. I mean, he played like the man that we wanted him to be, and hopefully that'll continue. And I don't know if you could see this. You probably saw the replay with the Amazon interview. They got the cheese grater hats on.
Yeah, we watched it.
Cheese.
Yeah, that was right in front of us. We stayed to watch it. It was great.
That's going to be played for the rest of our history. So that's exciting. So Caleb, getting clubbed up, have a good time, but get right back out. There's plenty of cheese. They got plenty of cheese in there to grate. In the Art Murphy Pleasure Dome. And then Bryce Young, I'm giving Bryce Young credit. They did not win the football game, but I mean, he played really well. I mean, they played well enough to win that football game against the Rams, and he now they exercised his 5th-year option, which a year or so ago that wasn't going to happen. And I mean, Canellis takes a lot of credit for that, but I mean, dude played really well in the playoff game. I thought he was controlled, and they had a real shot, and they made the Rams score late, and they had a good shot. So Bryce Young, you can go in there and have a good time. You can go to the beach somewhere, but go to the Club Dub first.
Yeah, Now his mobility was definitely a factor in that game as well. And then that 4th and 8 throw, by the way, was literally right in front of us. Like that was like we were sitting right in front of that throw. It was insane. But no one talks about the false start that saved the season either. Because like the play before that, they snapped it over his head, and then the false start made it 4th and 8. So
I know it was like crazy because it was a terrible snap. It would have been 4th and whatever.
Well, 4th and 2, I think. Yeah.
But then he
they became or 4th and 3 became 4th and 8 or whatever. Yeah, it was crazy turn of events. So that was God. The jump man. That's like perfect. Good club dub. I'm going with first one up for me is DeMarcus Robinson. For the San Francisco 49ers. He had 6 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown against the Eagles. Coming into this game, his most yards in a game this season was 44. So
makes sense. Didn't get a lot of balls.
6 catches on 7 targets. I debated on putting Brock Purdy here because he played really well. They lost George Kittle basically the first quarter of this game, essentially. It might have been right at the beginning of the second quarter, but basically played the whole game without their best player. Kyle Juszczyk did his best George Kittle impression, essentially, is what happened.
He played well,
Yeah. So debated on that, but shout out to Marcus Robinson. And then
he had those 2 big crossers. I mean, that was really big plays. You had the one going this way, that was beautiful.
I realized he's not very fast because on the first play, like in that first series, I thought he was going to outrun everybody and go score a touchdown. Then he got caught by 3 different people. It was really funny. And then the New York Giants. The New York Giants are in club dub. They are finalizing a 5-year deal today to make John Harbaugh their next head coach. I think this is a good hire for them. I definitely think this is a good culture hire. The Giants are probably going to be really frisky next year. I think they were 4-13 this year. I could see them winning 9 games or 10 games next year and maybe flipping the script as one of these playoff teams. So we'll see what happens, but good hire. If they can get rid of the GM, Joe Shane, they might have a better chance. And we'll see what happens. But shout out to the Giants.
No, that's a quality. He's a pro. There were 7 teams that were after him. Ultimately, I'm sure he liked Jackson Dart, and they have a lot of good young players, but the Mara family is pretty solid. It's kind of like the Ravens. Usually, they've had a bad run in the last maybe 8 years, but before that, they were pretty solid. You know what I mean? Fossil and and stuff. So they're trying to get back to that. Well, let's talk about college football. We kind of alluded to it a little bit. My Canes, our Canes. I'll say my
Canes. Our Canes. That's right.
They were really good for 3 quarters, but could not stretch the lead. It was kind of painstaking to watch that. And then in the 4th quarter, it went crazy. I mean, I give Chambliss a lot of credit. He should probably club dub too. He played really well to bring him back. And then our guy, who now he rose his draft stock, right? I mean, Miami guy. So he ends up obviously not making the run to go ahead, but more importantly, I mean, Beck was just dialed in. He was playing really good in that game, and they ended up winning the game out, 31-24, which actually was a cover, which is hilarious. After all that back and forth, they covered the spread. We have a chance, obviously, to cash our future tickets. Might be a little tough, but and then what do you think about the Hail Mary? I mean, I don't know. I guess they could have called it, but I mean, it's whatever. Everybody's griping about it. Ole Miss. I mean, come on, dude. I thought they got away with a lot of pass interference on the Miami team. They just didn't call.
Yeah, the game never should have been that close. It was the closest 31-27 game that you'll ever see that shouldn't have been that close. Miami could have been up 14-21 points at going into that drive. So, the fact that they're gonna complain about a Hail Mary call is just it is what it is. If Miami could literally catch one of the 7 interceptions that were thrown to them,
that's right.
Could have been a completely different game.
I was like, catch it, squeeze it.
There was 3 series in a row there, in the 3rd quarter, where they should have had an interception thrown right to somebody, and they could not catch it. They were allergic to the football. So, but no, we'll see. They're going home to play for a natty. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool storyline.
They may be at home, but they might not have as many people in the stands. We'll see about that.
Oh, real quick too. I did see I saw a story that the NCAA covers travel fees and everything for the programs. When they make the national. So literally, they're going to get $4 million just to put right in their pocket because they're playing in their own backyard from the NCAA, which is just in today's college. I mean, that could be a player. That could literally be their next superstar next year. So I just thought that was very interesting too.
That's nice. Little pocket
Yeah.
change. You already talked about Indiana working them 42-7 to start the third quarter after they got a touchdown. It was like, oh, okay, they're getting housed, and then they went down to score. Okay, 42-7. Boop. Sorry, guys. This game is over. 56-22. That was, I mean, only 3-point favorites in that one. That was a tough one. But they hit the over by themselves. I think the over was the total.
Yeah, they did.
I was talking about Dante Moore, but I mean, I thought in this game, obviously the defense played really good. Mendoza played good, but it wasn't like he had to play well. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
What are you going to say? So as we enter this Monday's games, it's kind of fun. It's reversed this week. Last week was college and pro. Now this week it's pro then college. Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Central on ESPN in the Orange Bowl, as you mentioned, or obviously Hard Rock Stadium. We've got, it opened at 7.5 for Indiana, and 47.5 point total. Now it's 8.5. I know Action. I talked to him. He was, like I said, at the game in the Peach Bowl, and he's going to go. He has a flight down there. I don't know if he got tickets because they're really expensive, but he got 5.5. So the look-ahead lines were lower after, before the Indiana crushing. So I don't know, man. I mean, do you think that, first of all, do you think Indiana will dominate the crowd, or do you think it'll be a little more mixed than it was in the
No, I think I see Miami dominating the crowd. I mean, it's literally in their backyard. They've got money in Miami. Miami, and plus they knew first. Miami knew first that they were going to play for a natty before Indiana knew they were going to play for a natty. Mm-hmm. So that might play a little bit of favor in that regard. The biggest key to me is going to be the line of scrimmage and the run game for Indiana. So I don't know if you know this or not, but through 2 games so far in the college football playoff, Fernando Mendoza has thrown 36 passes. That's it.
I know.
And they've ran like 90-something run plays. Like I think 96 was the amount of carries they've given to the running backs and stuff like that. But that to me is the big thing. You gotta make Indiana at least throw the football. Yes. At least make Mendoza have to beat you. Can he? Sure, absolutely. He's going to be the number 1 overall pick. But we've seen them play close games with Penn State, with Iowa. There's been a couple, Ohio State even. So I think Miami is going to have to bow up physically, and they can't make the stupid penalties that they have to count the penalties that they had against Ole Miss. That's the only thing that really scares me is that Indiana, we know, is very well coached. They don't really make stupid, dumb mental mistakes, and Miami will definitely make a dumb mental mistake every now and again and cost them 15 yards or whatever the case. So you can't do that in this game.
Cignetti's never happy. So even though he had a good game against Oregon, he probably is still coaching the hell out of them. Because I was with you. There were times when Miami moved into Ole Miss territory in the first half, first 3 quarters, and the right guard, false started again. I'm like, are you going to false start like every time they get down there and kill these drives? Because it's not like they're a big play team. They did have a couple big plays, but they're more of a grind, get 5 yards of cloud of dust type of team. Yeah. So I did list some of the injuries because my big concern about Miami, who the money line for Indiana is minus 345. So James had to not do that. I'm just going to wait. I actually would, we'll talk about it in a minute. I'd play Miami with points here, but Masador, the defensive end, the stud, he's fine. Like he hurt his elbow in the game. I guess he's fine. Moten, the tackle, who was lost like the first play of the game, he's going to be back. And a bunch of cornerbacks are going to be back. Lucas obviously will miss the first half for targeting. That'll hurt them a little bit. And then Lofton, he might not play because he's a little questionable. So I use the same team that played against Oregon. They're all healthy. So to your point, I agree with you. Let's see if Mendoza can earn that Heisman, man. Like, let's make him make throws. Let's hit him. Because I think Miami's going to, obviously, that's what they do. They can just crush you. And let's make it a real football game and make it like the Ohio State, a little slower scoring. But because I think if Indiana gets ahead and they just kind of can grind the clock, it'll be tougher for Miami to come back if they're down 2 scores or something like that.
Yeah, 100%. That's another key to that. But I think that's why Miami has a chance. To your point, I think they can dink and dunk their way down the field. They can play, time of possession game. They can control, the line of scrimmage and hopefully keep the Indiana offense on the sideline, which that's, the best way to beat a good team is to keep their offense on the sideline. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're praying. We can hope and pray all we want, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, Cristobal, this is perfect for his coaching style. I did think when he was a favorite, I was worried because he's the classic, like, rah-rah football coach from when I was a kid. Like, he's going to just say, like, hey, they're disrespecting us, 8.5 points. Like, we're the tough team. We're going to punch them in the mouth like we did Ohio State. We're gonna strike early. In what did he say in the Ohio State game? He said something like, oh, man, what was this phraseology he used? But basically, we're going to be violent or something. He said something like that.
Yeah.
Indiana's going to have to come and strap that chin strap and play football, and they might be able to do it like they did against Oregon. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, in some ways, I want Action and his family to be happy, but obviously, we want to cash our bets.
Yeah, and that ticket is old too. That ticket was like back in October. So I think back in October is when I was like, hey Jim, we should get in on this. I think
you got to dust it off.
Yeah, I just can't believe we're here. Honestly, I literally gave that out on a whim, and I was like, it feels good. And then all of a sudden, it's happening. Like, oh my god,
it's happening.
So I need to get in the stock market and try that out, maybe.
Yeah. So your picks, I mean, we'll get you over 500, I think, here. So go ahead. Go what you like.
I'm taking Miami. I'm going to take the 8.5. I like it. I think being at home is going to help tremendously.
Sure.
And I think that, I don't know. People keep talking about Indiana being like the greatest football team of all time. I just think they're really good. I just think that they're really well coached, and they're old. They're a bunch of 24-year-olds. Like, they should be a good football team. They should be very disciplined. X, Y, and Z. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take the over 47.5. Hopefully to go 2-0 and to hopefully break 500 on the season, because that is how we meant to. That's how it's made. Come all the way back from redemption.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you did in the last 5 weeks. You've done great the last 5 weeks. So just that's when it counts. You've done well in the playoffs. Well, you done well in the playoffs.
Right.
All right. So NFL by the numbers. Did I flip this? The Dogs are 4-2, right? Sorry, guys.
I know they're both 2-4.
I think the Dogs and the under. So the Dogs were 4-2, not the other way around. So
Gotcha.
The Dogs ruled supreme this week.
They did.
Actually won outright in most circumstances. Now, let's just caveat this. The Bills opened as a favorite and closed as a dog, so they did win the game, but they were a favorite early.
That's basically a pick 'em. Like that.
Yeah,
the fact that that's a pick 'em.
But the Bears obviously won out. Most of them won out except for Carolina, who made it a game, as we talked about. And then unders were just dominant, 2-4, and we'll see if that changes. We already mentioned Harbaugh to the Giants, but Tomlin out for the Steelers, which is crazy. My cousin, our softball teammate Tommy Doherty, was there. He was there for the game. And he was kind of like, because his dad is a big Steelers fan. They've become Steelers fans. His dad got to go on the field and all that stuff, but got to see the witnessing of this demolition in the fourth quarter, and they're sad. So obviously, Tomlin, 19 years, amazing. The dude's only 53 or something. He's 3 years older than me. It's like, wow, you're accomplished, sir. So we'll see what he ends up doing, but that's a big decision for Pittsburgh.
I think I saw a stat too. I cannot remember what social. There was a social media platform that maybe Instagram hadn't even been created yet when he started coaching
That's
the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, or something like that. It was something insane. It's like, man, he's been there for quite a while.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
I think it was doomed to happen. When the fans are chanting for him to get fired and X, Y, and Z, and he still has a year left of control. So even if he can't just jump into another team without the obviously the Steelers doing something. So that's why there's a lot of people like, oh yeah, he's going to go to TV for a year, come back, and then he can get traded, or he can get his rights and then go anywhere as a free agent or whatever the case. Yeah,
makes sense. And I mean, the bottom line is he's lost his last 7 playoff games, right? I mean, he lost in the AFC Championship in 2016, and then since then he's 0-6, and the average margin of victory is over 13
not
points.
Close. Yeah, so it's not close.
It's just tough, but he hasn't had a lot of talent. I think that there's got to be a reset at some point, with the Big Ben reset way back. I mean, that's kind of why they got to prominence. He's never had a Big Ben. He's kind of piecing it with guys and trying to make it work. Pickett was a late first rounder. He wasn't a top 5 guy. So.
Should not have been a first round pick anyway.
Right, exactly. General recap, we talked about the Rams not covering at Carolina. We talked about the Bears, cardiac kids. The Bills, we just mentioned that. That was a really good football game. It hurt me because I obviously had the Jags far in my different parlays and stuff. But, dude, I mean, it was a good football game. I just think that a couple things for the Bills, the Jags. The Jags decided, we're running the ball 8 yards a carry. No, let's keep throwing the ball. What are you doing? dominate the clock, keep it away from Josh Allen. Yes, they scored and they were up 24-20 with whatever it was, 4 minutes or something, or 5 minutes. Sure, they had a chance, but I just think that they missed an opportunity there. I saw Trevor. Trevor was off all day. He had a lot of tip balls. Obviously, the last play was a pick, even though they had a chance to win it. I just didn't like the game plan, kind of a la, a Ravens matchup there. But give it to the Bills, man. Even though they have 3 healthy receivers, they just played well, and their pass defense was really good.
It's like they're number 1 in the league or something against the pass.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was kind of a wild game. But, yeah, Bills winning and everything, and obviously they didn't go over. They stayed under by the hook, if you got the early number. 49ers, this was the big one. I really thought that, well, we'll talk about it. So defensive battle here. Eagles they stopped running the football again. They let San Francisco pull the trick play, which was a great play by Jennings, right? He threw the ball.
Yeah, Jawan Jennings, yeah.
Yeah, to McCaffrey. That gave him kind of a little bit of boost, and then they ended up winning. And, of course, Eagles kept settling for field goals. This game closed. I think it went all the way up to 6 at some point. It closed at 5.5. It just wasn't going to happen today. And then, I thought that Sirianni should be fired, to be honest with you. I think he's garbage. I think that his coordinators was off. OC should have been fired years ago.
Oh, he should have been fired in the middle of the season. That's honestly, if they would have fired Kevin Patullo in the middle of the season, they probably would still be playing football right now.
I agree with you. But part of it is Sirianni, he just doesn't have control of the locker room, and we'll see. I was going to have my buddy, coworker from Philly on to talk about this. He's defending Sirianni. Everybody on X is destroying Sirianni because, when he's got good coordinators, he's good. When he doesn't, so. My
biggest question was, I guess the way I looked at it was if the Eagles fired Nick Sirianni, like you see these other, Harbaugh gets let go, Tomlin, sure. They go right to the top of the list. If Nick Sirianni got fired, is anybody calling him to come coach their team? Honestly.
The funny thing is, Jed, my buddy, he defends that Sirianni would be picked up right away. And I'm like, I don't know
about that. I don't think so either. Yeah.
I don't think so. You don't think you could throw Tomlin in there for 3 years and they win a Super Bowl or whoever? He's not a tactician.
You could call Bill Belichick, for Christ's sake, for that kind of logic. Yeah.
With that talent base, come on, dude. It would be a much tighter ship. So I hear you. I agree with you. I don't think Sirianni is like a leader of men, and I think that's where there's all these openings. He might get some. He might go to the Raiders or something like that. But,
some upgrade.
Sorry, Raiders. And then the Pats. This was kind of the last 2 games. We alluded to the last one, but Patriots and the Chargers. I don't know. Was Justin Herbert just bad, or when I was watching the game, I was so pissed off because every route seemed like it was on the sideline, up the sideline. There was nothing over the middle until the last drive when they were just trying to get 6 yards of play. I'm like, there are no crossing routes. I know that Allen dropped 1, but where's the running back out of the backfield? Where's Gadsden? It was baffling to me. And obviously, New England did what they had to do. I don't think Drake May played that great, but they were good enough to win 16-3, but they did sack Herbert 6 times.
Yeah, Drake May's legs were a big factor in the first half. The biggest play of the first half was that 40-yard run that he had to set up the field goal, I think, going into halftime. But, I don't know. Justin Herbert has put on, 11 straight quarters of just terrible NFL playoff football. So he's turning into Andy Dalton in front of our very eyes a little bit. So we'll watch that going into next year. They did fire Greg Roman, so it'll be interesting to see who which is going to be really interesting because Harbaugh he's going to have kind of a crossroad here because Jesse Minter is kind of the hot name going around all these coaches hires. So the Chargers are going to be looking at a situation where they have Harbaugh and they have to replace. They're going to be Detroit. They're going to be looking to replace both coordinators, and we saw how difficult that could be, for good teams. So it's going to be interesting to see where the Chargers go after this.
Yeah, when you have 9 openings for head coaches and then you've got some other big OCs open, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find what you need. And then we obviously mentioned Houston. They won 30-6. The score is not indicative of the game, but as we mentioned, the D was amazing. 2 defensive scores in the fourth quarter.
That's what she said.
It started beating the hell out of Rodgers, which brings a smile on my face personally. So.
His last ever throw in the NFL was a pick 6, more than likely.
Wah, wah. Okay, so the divisional lines here, we're going to go in
Here we
order.
go.
We've got Saturday, this is the Bills at the Broncos. This is the 17th at 3:30 p.m. Central on CBS and Paramount. It was the Bills favored coming out of the gate, like plus 1.5 or minus 1.5 their way. Now it's flipped over to the Broncos. What's really weird is, so CBS is usually the one I use for this, unless it's Circa. Everywhere on CBS, it's been minus 1.5 for 2 days with the Broncos. When you go to Rivers, it's a half a point. So what is the damn spread? I know it's kind of coin flip, but there is some value to the Bills plus the 1.5. Obviously, they open the favorite. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting, and we have to go over all this stuff. I just put it in here for information. But to me, it boils down to, can Denver run the football? Because you got to do that against the Bills. They're not good against the run. They're good against.
That's interesting. Okay.
It's RJ Harvey, right? RJ Harvey is going to be it because I don't think Dobbins is back from injury. And then can Buffalo stay healthy enough? Like, they've only got 3 wide receivers out there. They'll probably go 3 tight ends, and Josh Allen running the ball. They'll do the single wing or something. But I still think the Bills are alive in this game, man. I mean, part of it is the script crowd, but part of it is, dude, he doesn't need anybody out there. He can throw it to the back. I mean, James Cook can run the ball. What do you think?
Well, if you look at it on paper, points scored per game, Buffalo's at 28.5, and then points allowed per game, they're at 21.5, where Denver's at 23 points per game, and points allowed is 18.6. So the difference would actually tell you to take Buffalo here by the numbers. But the big things that I'm looking at, too, Ed Oliver was limited in practice today with a bicep injury. That would be a huge lift for their run defense, which has been god-awful this year.
Yes.
And then they're going to be probably missing Jordan Poyer is probably going to be out with his hamstring injury, and then Maxwell Hairston, who was a really good corner for them, he's got an ankle problem, so he may not play either. So honestly, I think it's going to come down to Bo Nix. Can Bo Nix make the throws? Because he's probably going to be going against at least 2 guys in the secondary that are backups. And I think that's really where the game is going to be won and lost. I do love Josh Allen's legs in this, even though he's kind of dealing with all kinds of injuries. It's not he's got a foot injury, but it's got to be like the foot, the head, the ankle, the knee, everything. And he's just duct tape him and put him out there. He'll be fine. But it's going to be interesting. I'm going to ride with Buffalo though. I think Buffalo's going to go in and win this game. I just can't bet against Josh Allen right now. I just think there's magic, and what not a better place to put magic on display than in Mile High, where we've seen some magic before. So
stick it to them. The other thing is, I mean, I guess the teams are different than last year, but did Denver get 31 points better in a year? I don't know. Like, they beat them 38-7 last year in Buffalo, right?
31-7, yeah.
31-7. The thing about Buffalo or Denver is that they've obviously the fourth quarter. We know altitude.
And they scored first in that game too. They were up 7-0, and they gave a 31 answered. Yeah.
But they've played not that great at home. They've come back against the Titans and the Giants and all these other crappy teams. They did beat Green Bay, which is legit. Look, it's to your point. Denver goes as Bo Nix goes. If he has a great game or a great second half, they'll probably win the football game. But push comes to shove, late drive, Bo Nix versus Allen. I mean, come on, dude. I don't care who he's got out there. He'll throw it to the lineman if he has to. So, I hear you. What about
he'll just take it himself.
Any idea on the total?
I like the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Denver's defense in the second half of the season has not been very good, and I think Buffalo's going to have to score to keep up and to win this game, because I think Sean Payton will score on this defense. I think they will scheme up some things. He's had 2 weeks to kind of sit there and scheme, and Sean Payton, he may be an asshole, but he is a good scheme coach. He can definitely get some plays going.
Yeah, I do think your guy James Cook's gonna have a big game today. In this one, they're gonna give him the ball in every way possible. Okay, so second game. This is Ridgeway's team. We've got So it's 49ers at the Seahawks, 7 p.m. on Fox. It's dropped from 7.5 to 7, 45-point total. Just got word he'll probably play, but Darnold didn't practice today. He strained an oblique or something. He's questionable now for the game. The big thing is, can San Francisco run the ball? I mean, Seattle defense is amazing, and it's hard to move the ball on the team. If they put it all on Purdy to tuck and chuck, I don't really trust that, especially with the pass rush. So they got to balance it out, and then Darnold turnovers. Can he not turn the ball over? So I do like Seattle in the game. I think it's a pretty big number. I definitely would wait. I would wait in game personally because I don't like that 7, but I like the under in this game.
Yeah, I'd probably go the same way, except I would probably take the Seahawks to win this game. With no George Kittle, I mean, I guess you do get a week now that you're not going to have Kittle, but man, if there's anybody that is like the heart and soul of their team, I think it's George Kittle. I mean, he literally was asking for a bottle of tequila after he tore his Achilles. I don't know if you saw that report or not. He drank a whole bottle of tequila in the locker room, and then the guys came in after they won and celebrated, and that was pretty funny.
Oh my God, it was lit.
He had to have been, yeah. Well, I mean, he's probably in an excruciating amount of pain, too, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think the 49ers, they've been on a magical run. I just think they're decimated with injuries, and
they are.
I think Sam Darnold will literally have to give them the game, and I don't think Mike McDonald will let him give the game away. I think they will just pound the ball, they'll pound the rock.
Right.
I think Seattle's gonna be very conservative, so I do love San Francisco in the first quarter, in the first half.
I do too.
I think they'll come out and just not try to make a mistake, and they'll just try to see if they can will their way to a lead and then kind of hold it from there. But yeah, I just think in the end, Seattle's gonna be too much.
It'll be too much. I did see Warner was running around. I don't know if he's actually going to play.
No, he's been ruled out.
He's ruled out.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
He could come back next week though if they win. So
they gotta win. Yeah, I hear you. I was seeing it the same way. On Sunday, we start off with the Texans at the Patriots. This is 2 p.m. on ABC. Patriots are 3-point favorites at home, 40.5-point total. My whole thing with the Houston Texans. If they can find point in any kind of way, they will win this football game. I'm not sure they can. What's the latest on Nico? I didn't even see. Is he ruled out or is he still?
It looks like he's still in concussion protocol. He did not practice as of Tuesday. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find the more up-to-date reports, but you can filibuster while I find it. It's not looking good, though.
It's probably not likely that he's going to play, but look, here's the thing. Like last week, New England got a little bit of a pass the way the Chargers played. The defense for Houston is garbage. I'm not going to defend it. I mean, Woody Marks had a great game against Pittsburgh, but the Patriots are going to stop the run and make Stroud beat him. I just think the way that Stroud played last week, he's going to have to bounce back. He looked so bad. He's going to probably play his best game in a while because he's going to see the tape. Everybody's going to talk about it. I like the Texans, so I'm going to take the points. I'm not sure they're going to win the game outright. I want them to. And, of course, I like the under. I think that Drake May, even when he plays at his best, he gets hit a lot. But Houston will punish you. I mean, they're not a joke defense. They're the 1985 Bears out there crushing you. So, I like Houston. So, talk me off the ledge and to take the Patriots.
No, I mean, Drake May has not seen a defense like this all season. This is by far the best defense he will play all year, regardless of whether he wins or loses. I think even if they go all the way to the Super Bowl, I think it's the best defense he's going to play, regardless of the fact. So, I mean, could Woody Marks? I think Woody Marks is the key. Like, I think Houston's as good as Woody Marks is. I think if they can figure it out without Nico Collins, they got Jaden Higgins. And another
really good. Kirk played really good against the Steelers. I knew he was on the roster, but he had huge plays in that game.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's just going to come down to the rookie wide receivers for Houston. If Jaden Higgins doesn't, he had a touchdown that he dropped against Pittsburgh on that Monday night game too. So I think that's where the game's going to be won and lost. Like to your point, it's going to be on the offense. It's going to be literally on the Houston offense. I'm with you. I like the under in this game as well. It's going to be in Foxborough. It's probably going to be cold. It's going to be a very physical game. Just looking at the history of these games, the last time they played, it was 41-21, but every other time after that, you have 25-22, 27-20, 22-28, 27-20. So, these games are always close. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not like Houston's going to run away and hide. Unless they do 2 defensive scores to start the game. And even when they played the Chargers 3 weeks ago, they got those 2 early touchdowns and basically squeezed that lead the rest of the time.
Yeah. Can they turn the ball over? That's what's going to really come down. If they can get short fields for C.J. Stroud, no matter how bad he is, they will still find a way to win this game. But if they can't force the turnovers, They're like the Bears defense, but a lot better in a way because like they've been feasting off the turnovers.
Sure.
But obviously they're a lot better schematically. But yeah, I think I would probably roll with you. I think I'd probably take the points in Houston. But if you want to take Drake May, I'd be my guest, I guess. I don't know. This is like the one stay away game. I guess this is like the one game I can see going literally either way this weekend.
Yeah. Is it a little bit of because D'Amico Ryans, did he play under Vrabel? Vrabel was a defensive coordinator for Houston at one time, wasn't he?
Actually, what's really funny is these guys have been like competing against each other for like their whole football lives because Vrabel went to Ohio State. They both played linebacker, which is really funny. D'Amico Ryans was a little bit better and went to Alabama under the Nick Saban tree and everything. I don't know if they ever did if Vrabel ever coached at Houston.
I thought he was under what was that dude's name? The former he was there a while too.
It went Bill O'Brien. No, it's
damn it.
Who was I could see his face.
O'Brien. Yeah, O'Brien.
Was it Bill O'Brien? Okay.
Bill O'Brien. I thought he was DC under O'Brien before he got the coaching gig at the Titans, but either way, they know each other well, so I think it's just kind of it's not like either of these guys are tacticians. We're not talking about McVay against Shanahan here. We're talking about two guys that rile guys up to run. You saw when Vrabel like cut his lip because he plugged in the one guy that got the fumble or something. That's what we're talking about. It's like football guys, which I like. All right, last game, Bears hosted the Rams. This is at 5:30 p.m., kind of weird time on NBC on Sunday. Rams open as a 4.5-point favorite. It's down to 3.5 now. 48.5-point total, down from 50.5 because of the cold and potential snow, I guess. These are two great offenses. The Rams defense was good, but I don't know if it's good anymore. It's kind of hard to say. The bottom line is, can the Bears score in the first half? Give me a touchdown on the first drive. They almost did it last week, and then they just go into a shell until they're down, and then they go gangbusters. So, everybody's giving me crap, but I think the Rams are going to win the football game, but there's no way I would lay the 3.5 right now. I would just wait and see how it plays out and hopefully get a better number for the Bears and or maybe even money line again. So do you like your Rams again, or you thinking the Bears can pull it off?
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to take the Rams, and I'm hoping it's like a reverse jinx in a way.
Yeah.
But no, the Rams are the only thing that kind of scares me a little bit is the Rams. 4 of their 5 losses this year are on the road, so they do play. They are a different team on the road, not at SoFi. But they score 30 a game on average, which is the best in the league. That kind of scares me, especially the way this Bears defense plays that bend but don't break style, which is a little terrifying. I could literally see this going. The Bears defense has to play. Dennis Allen has to bring blitzes in the first half, like he did in the second half against the Packers. Because that was the difference in the game. Was like he started blitzing Jordan Love, because the first half, me and you could have played quarterback for the Packers. There was nobody near Jordan Love in the first half of that game. Like he was just sitting there. He could have eaten a sandwich, smoked a pack of cigarettes, anything to consume time. He was welcome to do in the pocket in that game. But
it was like at halftime, it was the Remember the Titans speech. We are going to blitz. Down there.
Yeah. And then the biggest loss too, which shout out to him. I didn't bring this up when I recapped the game, but Ozzie Trapello got off the field. I watched him hop his way all the way off the field to not cost the Bears a timeout. But I think that is going to be a huge loss in this game when you're playing against Jared Verse and company. Because at least the Rams front 7 on paper, first of all, they're healthy. Second of all, they should be really good. Like they can impose their will. They are no slouch. They're definitely a top 10 unit in the NFL. It's the secondary of the Rams that's a little like suspect, if you will.
Right.
So that's the only thing that scares me. But I just think the Rams. I don't know. The Bears have played with their food a lot this season, and you definitely can't do that against the Rams. And I mean, you could maybe argue there was a little bit of a coaching mismatch in some of these other games, but there's that definitely not a coaching mismatch in this game. If anything, it leads toward the Rams.
Right.
And then the fun side of
McVay is like 6-2 against Dennis Allen defenses, and so whatever it was.
And Stafford's definitely had some success against Dennis Allen defenses in his career as well. And then the fun stat of the week too. I don't know if you knew this. I think I sent it to you on Twitter, but this is going to be the 15th career playoff game for Sean McVay. It is going to be his 15th different opponent.
I've
played.
Heard this, yes.
Yes, which is fascinating. So, which kind of stinks because no matter who he plays in the next round is going to be a repeating opponent. So he can't go 16 for 16. But so we got to enjoy that stat while it lasts. But yeah, I hate to say it, but I just think the Rams come in and win this game. I just think the cold's not really going to matter too much. If it does, great. It's
But it's going to affect both offenses, right? I mean, the Bears can run the football. So can the Rams. I mean, the Rams can run the football. They've got to stop the run, and then, like you said, they got to get to Stafford, make him uncomfortable, and hopefully get some big plays on their side, to prevent it. So, obviously, it's 40 years ago Tuesday when they played the Rams in the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl back in the '85 Bears. So.
Yeah.
All right, so go over your top 5. I know you made me pick 5 last week. I was mad at you because I was okay. It would have been. I still missed most of them, but still, Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to go San Francisco first quarter money line. I'm going to take the Buffalo Denver over 45.5. I'm going to take a Josh Allen anytime touchdown. I'm going to take a Sam Darnold anytime touchdown too. I think his legs will be a factor in that game as well. And I'm going to take the Rams minus 3.5.
Like it. I like it. I didn't do any times. I've been hitting those any times for the most part. The only one that didn't hit was the Higgins guy you just mentioned. I thought I was going to get him. He went over his yards prop, though. He went over his yards prop.
Yeah. Could you imagine anybody that bet a anytime touchdown in the Patriots game this past week when you cash an anytime touchdown Hunter Henry in the fourth quarter? You got to feel really good about yourself.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. Revenge game for him. Yeah. All right, so San Francisco, Seattle, under 45.5 I have as well. Did you have that too? No, you didn't.
No,
Houston plus the 3. I'll take Houston plus the 3. I like Buffalo money line just to win the game. We'll wait on what that is. I like you. I like San Francisco first half spread of plus 4.5. That's pretty juicy. I like that a lot. Yeah. And I like the Bears money line second half. Whatever it is, they're going to make a comeback. They've been doing it all year, so even if they're losing, let's see a little bit. They'll outplay the other team in the second half. So, to come up with 5, man, that's your fault.
Okay.
All right, dude. So what are you up to this weekend? Are you gonna get to watch the games? Or you got to work?
No, we'll be definitely watching some games. I am gonna go to the Wolves game on Saturday night. It's the midway to summer game, I think. So we'll get a Hawaiian shirt giveaway, which will be a good time.
There you go.
Then they are playing the Ice Hogs, so that's kind of a little crosstown rivalry, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, other than that, I don't have too much on the docket. Linnea, like I said, Linnea is flu positive right now, so I'm just going to try to dodge the sickness for as long as I can. Hopefully, it doesn't get me in my sleep and I just wake up like a zombie. That would be a nightmare. But yeah, that's about it. A lot of vitamin C and a lot of hand washing is in my future.
There you go. A little hand washing. And wearing masks around the house.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so it's dry January for me. I've been doing okay on that, but going out with the fellows to Four Shadows on Friday with my buddy Ulrich and Milos, I'm like, I don't think Milos doesn't drink anymore. I don't think Johnny's drinking. Like, let's go to a bar at 6 o'clock and just eat some food. Like, okay, whatever. It's Friday.
Sacrifices,
I know. On Saturday, get rid of the tree. We're going to recycle the tree. It's been good to us here, and then hopefully
you still got it, eh? Nice.
Yeah, watch those games, and then no plans for the Bears game yet. I don't know. Art's down, Primetime's down to get together. Zach's out of town. Luke is typical. Luke doesn't respond, so I don't know what he's going to do. But we do have the day off Monday, so not that I'm.
Must be nice.
But it would be nice to have that extra Saturday, so to speak.
Right.
Hopefully, maybe Four Shadows again, or obviously I have plenty of drinks. Hey, for anybody who's listening, well, come on over. You want to come over? Text me and we'll have some drinks.
Yeah, I'd be down to go to Pacheco's, but like I said, the sickness is in this house, and I don't want to get everybody else sick.
So we talked about the hot tub last time. I no way. I'm not getting in there. I want a black light all over that hot tub. I want to see what's happening.
Wow,
you know it, dude. Come on.
You think? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You don't think the pineapple's upside down right now? Come on, it's Thursday night, baby.
I don't know. I should ask him that. Like, hey, do you guys do things in this hot tub? Like, why is the outside of this hot tub sticky? Like, I don't understand. Did you guys repaint it or something? Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time you replaced that filter? Come on now.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him that question. Yeah. Like, when's the last time you played peekaboo in here?
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, we'll follow us at at Side Action Pod on X and Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Don't forget about our TikTok. Follow me at Wexpool on X and then Instagram.
Oh man, and you can check me out. I'm Coop on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to follow the pages, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that listeners do, and hopefully the Bears pull it out. Maybe we'll be talking about hopefully the Niners pull it out. That way we can get the NFC Championship game.
Oh my God,
that would be a lot of fun.
Incredible. Niners Bears in Chicago, a little payback, another payback game from years ago. Well, I don't know. What I would say is, like, if it happens again, I did the last TikTok actually was the Bears. It showed Ben Johnson in the locker room.
Yeah.
480 views. Thanks everybody. Lots of likes. It doesn't have to be our faces. You can like anything on there, but feel free to like these faces. They're there for you.
Okay. All right. Love you guys.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Side Action Podcast. We appreciate all of your listens and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all again next week.
Side Action Podcast, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the show hosts or guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this podcast, and opinions of the show hosts and guests may conflict. Individuals following the advice given on the podcast accept their own risk of loss, as the Side Action Podcast, its owners, hosts, associates, or guests will not guarantee any advice given. The opinions and advice given are for entertainment purposes only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Intro credit to OTMG the Vet, Old Me versus Young Me Part 2.